A lot of huge things happened this week in the trial of Puff Daddy. But the main thing that happened, in my opinion, was Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama, taking the stand against Puff. She's listed as victim number 2 in the superseding indictment, and he is charged with her under the sex trafficking count. So he's charged with her and Cassie under the sex trafficking count. Victim number 2, Daphne Joy, is 40 years old, and she has an 11-year-old son with 50 Cent. As you know, her and 50 Cent haven't been together in a while. They split up when he was like 2 or 3. So she and Fifth haven't been together in a long time. 50 Cent only gives her like $5,000 a month in child support, and that isn't enough for her to maintain her lifestyle. So when she met Puff and they started fucking around, she probably thought that it was a blessing from God, and it is, because she started dating Puff in 2021. And she dated him until 2024, September 2024, when he got arrested. That's when the relationship ended. She said that Puff was dating her friend first, but her friend was engaged. And her friend was cheating on her fiance with Puff. But eventually her friend married her fiance, and so that was cut off. And so she decided that it was okay for her to go on and start fucking around with Puff. The first date that Daphne had with Puff was 5 days long. And it was very romantic. She said they made a lot of love. He was very passionate, a lot of kissing. It was very romantic. They went to Turks and Caicos. They had a good time. So Puff pulled out all the stops for the first date, After a while, of course, he started talking about, what he called voyeurism, the same thing he did with Cassie, but he called it debauchery nights. We're going to have some debauchery nights or some hotel nights. That's what it was called. And basically, different prostitutes were brought in. She said that, Puff had her under a love contract. And the love contract stated that she would get $10,000 a month for being his girlfriend and, for doing her job as participating in the freak-offs and pleasing him sexually because he liked to watch, She said that she was jealous when Puff started dating another woman, and he took that woman on a trip to Turks and Caicos, and she was jealous, and because she felt like, oh, you only have me doing freak-offs, you know what I mean? When you could have me on your arm. Why am I not on your arm? Why are you having this other woman, which I believe was Young Miami, and you only having me doing freak-offs. So I could see how she felt some type of way. She was basically, what would happen, if I'm remembering correctly from her testimony, is that she would have to be on call with Puff for the freak-offs. So Puff would say, make sure you always have your hair and your nails done. Make sure your nail polish and toes and everything is up to par, because I could call you at any moment for a freak-off. And you also make sure you got to have a babysitter, because I could call you at any time and you're going to have somebody watch your child while you come here for a couple of days and do the freak-offs. So that's what she was doing. And, she felt as if, when she expressed to Puff that, hey, I really don't want to do the freak-offs. I want it to just be me and you. He said, you know what, well, you can stop, and we could just be friends, But she understood that, hey, if I stop the freak-offs, I'm not going to get this $10,000 a month, and 50 Cent only giving me $5,000, and I'm not going to be able to survive and take care of my kid. So she continued doing it because Puff is paying her rent in addition to giving her $10,000 a month. So what she is trying to say is that even though she did the freak offs and she wasn't physically forced, she was financially dependent on Puff, and so she had to do the freak offs because if she didn't, then he wouldn't pay her rent. What she say? She said one time they had a little fight, argument because she didn't want to do a freak off or something like that because she was mad. No, this was her birthday. I think this was her birthday. She came by. She thought it was just going to be her and Puff, and they were going to have a romantic time. They were going to make love, and, it was going to be something sweet for them. But he gave her a gift, and then he gave her a necklace. He bought her I don't know what kind of necklace he bought her, but it was a very expensive necklace. And then, he said, so-and-so coming over. I think it was Paul, a prostitute named Paul. So she's thinking that, hey, I'm going to have a good time with Puff. And then he's telling her, oh, Paul coming over. So go and get ready for Paul. So she had to go put on the lingerie and the high heels and everything that Puff liked to see her in to go get ready to get fucked by Paul. And she didn't like that. So she fucked 3 dudes on her birthday. She said after she got done with Paul, Puff told her to take a shower, and another nigga was coming in there. And I think it was Don or someone. I forget these prostitutes' name. It's so much. So he came in there, and then he had sex with her. She took another shower. Then the third man came in there, and then Puff was like, oh, I got to bounce. And when he bounced, after she had sex with 3 men on her birthday, I think that was the day he went off with Young Miami. And then next thing you know, she look on social media, and she see that he's in Turks and Caicos with Young Miami. So imagine that. Imagine, I had to put myself, now I think she's a hoe, but at the same time, I got to put myself in her shoes and think, well, maybe she felt bad because she seemed like she was really liking Puff. She kept saying that she was in love with him. She wanted to please him. She wanted to make him happy. And she really wanted it to be a relationship. So you see, a lot of these women went into it, they agreed to do the freak offs, but they would get jealous of the other women. And if they felt like another woman was getting more attention or more money or more gifts, or if he would like another woman more, it became a problem. So I think Puff's downfall is really Young Miami. I think because he flossed Young Miami so much, because he was everywhere with Young Miami, and he was giving Young Miami gifts and podcasts, and Young Miami is at his birthday, and he's, they all over together, and, talking about, oh, we go together, Young Miami talking about we go together, and all that shit that she talked. I think a lot of that pissed these girls off, y'all. Because Cassie didn't come forward until she saw Puff showing off Young Miami. Because they feel like Young Miami was getting better treatment than they got. So that's why. I think if Puff never got with Young Miami, he might have still been free. If he never had flossed her and flossed her all over the globe and, oh, this is a woman that I love, and have him, doing songs with her and, really putting her on business and making certain calls and certain opportunities happen for her, I think he would have still been free. Young Miami was his downfall. But anyway, back to Daphne Joy. Daphne Joy, so far she hasn't said that Puff beat her. So she wasn't getting beat like Cassie said she was getting beat if she didn't do a freak off. That's not Daphne Joy's testimony. She wasn't getting beat and stuff like that. It was mainly she wanted Puff to be with her. She wanted Puff to love her. She wanted Puff to drop all the other women and be with her and make her his main lady. But it didn't happen, y'all. It didn't happen. They said that she had, she texted him. She had to read out a text where she said, I want to suck Paul's dick tonight. You know, she had to do stuff like that to get his attention. You know, if she felt like Miami or some other chick was getting attention, she had to make it. She would set up a freak off herself. She said, "Well, set up a freak off. You pick the top 3 guys you want to see me fuck, and I'm gonna fuck all of them, so that you know." So he was like, "Okay," and that got him away from Miami for a couple of days to be with her, because he was there watching her get fucked. How do these people be fucking for 3 days? And they said, she said her pussy was so sore. She said her pussy was sore. It took days to recover. Taking all those big dicks back to back, yeast infections. Man, how did Puff stand all of being around all these women knowing their pussy was so stink? Because you got to take days off. Were they using boric acid suppositories to clean themselves out? Did they know about boric acid? Because boric acid heal your pussy up after you done been fucked and done all of that, you know. But I don't know if they were doing that. Because it seemed like whatever they were catching, it wasn't easily curable. That's crazy, y'all. How you fucking for 3 days? But she was getting $10,000 a month in an allowance, and Puff was paying her rent. Before Puff came into Daphne Joy's life, she did not have a home for her and her son. So Puff was the one that made it so that she had a home for her and her son. And Puff also is still paying her rent. It came out in court that Puff, to this day, is paying Daphne's rent and making sure that she's okay. So he probably didn't even know she was going to testify. That might have been a surprise. Yeah, I think she might have been subpoenaed. I don't think she wants to be up there because she kept saying she loved Puff and all of that. I wonder if Puff's still going to pay her rent now. Is Puff still going to pay her rent now that she testified against him, or is she going to be fucked up? Or is she going to be fucked up out here? Because 50 Cent ain't going to pay it. You know how petty 50 Cent is. 50 Cent is not going to pay that girl's rent. Do I feel sorry for Daphne? Do we feel sorry for Daphne? I don't. I do a little bit, but then I don't. Just like I felt a little bit sorry for Cassie, but then I don't. But the difference between Cassie and Daphne is that Daphne was older when she met Puff. So y'all can't say, oh, she was 19. Daphne is 40 now. So if she met Puff in 2021, she was what? She was what, 36, 35 when she met Puff? Yeah, so she wasn't no 19-year-old young lady. She's still a young woman. But y'all can't say, oh, she was just 19 and she made a mistake. No, she was fully grown. And she went into this situation fully aware that she wasn't Puff's only girl, but she caught feelings for him. And she wanted to be with him. And I think she loved him. I really do. But I think she was up there crying, because I think she understands that after she testifies, she may not get another rent payment made. And she don't know what she going to do. What is she going to do? What is she going to do? Is she going to turn around and sue Puff? She can't sue him because she's not in a position to sue like Cassie was, because Cassie had more sympathy because people were saying, oh, Cassie was only 19 and a lot of this, a lot of that. And he was older, so he put pressure on her. This is not the case with Daphne. Miss Daphne is on OnlyFans. And Daphne is a mother. So Daphne has life experience, so she knew what she was doing, even more so than Cassie. Even though I think Cassie knew what she was doing, Daphne definitely knew what she was doing. And, we cannot put her, to me, she's not a victim. She don't have the story of getting beat down. She don't have the best, unless that's coming maybe Monday. She'll testify that she got beat. But we'll see. As of right now, she hadn't said Puff beat her all of these freak offs she was doing voluntarily. And sometimes she would tell Puff, I want to spend the night with you, just me and you. And he was like, okay. And then when she come over, it's a prostitute on the way for her to fuck. Man, I couldn't be with Puff, y'all. I couldn't be with Puff if I had to fuck all these. Man, no, I don't want to fuck all these random prostitutes. I don't know what these niggas got. Why can't I just be fucking with you? You know what I mean? I would be like kind of like turned off by the situation. But then again, $10,000 a month is a nice piece of change. And if you somebody like Daphne Joy who is used to a particular lifestyle, because you're used to dating celebrities, you're going to sit up here and say, you know what? Let me do whatever Puff want me to do. Because if I go against Puff, and if I don't do what he want me to do, who is going to pay me this type of money? She got a house because of Puff. 50 Cent didn't get her no house. This woman was struggling financially so bad before she ran into Puff. 50 Cent is a deadbeat, y'all. 50 Cent is really, a hard-hearted type of dude. Because really, his baby mama shouldn't be out here having to do freak-offs to get bills paid. He should be making sure that woman is taken care of. But he's a selfish guy. One thing about Puff is that none of his baby mamas were out here fucking for rent money. He made sure he took care of all his baby mamas. And Puff also gets along with all of his children. Unlike 50 Cent. 50 Cent doesn't even speak to his first son. And he might stop speaking to this son because every time he fall out with the mamas, he cut the kids off. It's a sickness that 50 Cent has. So while Puff has done some bad things, he does have some good qualities. And these women knew of his fetishes. They knew he liked to watch them with men. And he liked to watch people fuck, and he be there sitting around. He not fucking for no 5 hours. He let you fuck for 5, 10 hours, 12 hours. He'll be in the corner watching. But those women, and he even asked Daphne. He was like, dang, you just fucked 3 dudes back to back. Is your pussy sore? Does your pussy hurt? Like, yeah, nigga, of course my pussy hurt. I just fucked 3 niggas for 12 hours. Man, that's fucked up, y'all. How do these women find themselves in this situation? And why was Puff so obsessed with watching? Is it the fact that it was something different to do? When did he get into this? Was Kim Porter doing freak-offs? Or did he not make certain women do freak-offs? I don't think J-Lo was doing freak-offs. I don't think he was doing freak-offs back with J-Lo and back then. I think the freak-offs started after J-Lo. I think he got into that after J-Lo. Somebody was wondering, did Lil' Kim have to do freak-offs? I don't think so. I don't think Lil' Kim and all the mothers had to do freak-offs. I think it was mainly about Cassie and these newer girls. But then again, I don't know. I don't know what Puff was up to. It's crazy, y'all. I still feel like a lot of stuff is being left out of this trial. I feel like we're not getting the full story because I think a lot of stuff was kept out to protect other people. Because it couldn't just be prostitutes. I wonder were there other famous men that came in to fuck these women at the freak-offs. You know what I mean? That would make more sense if it was famous men coming in. I think the feds had to take out all the other famous people that they didn't want to embarrass because they're protecting certain people. And they put it all on Puff and these prostitutes. But I think other famous dudes were there, y'all. It don't make sense for it just to be prostitutes all the time. But Daphne Joy as a whole, she don't get no sympathy from me. Except for the fact that I understand, that she might have loved Puff like that. But, at least she ain't up here lying and acting like he beat her every day, Cassie made it seem like every day he woke up, he just beat her and stumped her. How come Cassie got beat so much and Daphne didn't get beat? What was it about Cassie? Was it because Daphne wasn't having sex with men outside of what Puff told her to have sex with? Because Daphne said on the stand she was faithful to Puff. She only fucked dudes when Puff told her to fuck. So she wasn't fucking with no other man outside of Puff. She wasn't fucking with no other celebrity. It was just her and Puff, except for the dudes that he told her to fuck. So maybe that's the difference between her and Cassie. Maybe that's why Cassie got whooped on. Because she was trying to fuck Kid Cudi. And she was trying to fuck Michael B. Jordan. And all these other celebrities. Maybe that's why she got manhandled more than the other women at the freak offs. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. What you think 50 Cent gonna do? You think 50 Cent gonna ask for full custody? You think 50 Cent gonna fuck his baby mama's life up? What do y'all think is gonna happen? What do y'all think is gonna happen? Anyway, we'll see. But all these women hoes, in my opinion, y'all. I don't see no victim. I see women that, got with a billionaire and was willing to do whatever he wanted them to do in exchange for the money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Free Puff Daddy.